Good morning, grade 6, and a very warm welcome to your online literature class. We move on to part 7, which is Miranda's part. So, this part is told from Miranda's perspective, and we learn about Miranda's life in this part. So, these are your lesson objectives for this lesson. Now, before you read, I want you to think about this. So, if you see the book, every part begins with an extract from a song. So, for Miranda's part, the author has chosen the song "Beautiful Things" by Andane. So, you can see the link here. You can click on it, and you can either listen to the song or you can look up the lyrics. And then you, after going over the lyrics on a piece of paper, just write down how do you think the song relates to Miranda's character, and based on the song, what can you infer about Miranda before you actually start reading on her. Alright, I'll leave you to do that for a few minutes. So, the first less chapter in Miranda's part is about camp lies. So we see that Miranda's parents have gotten divorced over the summer, and her mom wants her to go to the camp, but she does not want to go, but her mom insists. So Miranda thinks that maybe her mom needs some alone time, so she goes to the camp. At the camp, Miranda's all alone, and then just to get popular and become and have more friends, she builds up a huge cover of lies all around her. So she lies and she says that she has a deformed brother, and overnight she becomes popular. She talks about her parents having a home in Europe, and she changes her hair color and she becomes very, very popular. Once she comes back from the camp, she calls Ella and talks about her experience at the camp, but she does not call Via. So here is a little storyboard about the time Miranda spent at the camp. You can take your time to go over it. Moving on to the next chapter, which is school. So when school restarts, Miranda does not see much of Via, and then Miranda and Ella pretend that Via has done something wrong, and that's why they're not talking to her, which makes it easier for them because they have been very good friends for a very long time. So now one day Miranda sees the theater director photocopying scripts of The Elephant Man, a play about a deformed man. So this time Miranda again lies and says that she has a deformed brother, and her parents would not like it if this play is performed by them in school. And but this time she's lying to protect Bia. So eventually the director changes the play to Our Town. So Miranda tries for the lead role and she gets it, but she's only trying this to get the role because she knows that Bia would try to do the same. So that's about how Miranda changed in school. Then, what I miss most. So in this part, Miranda talks about how much she actually misses Via. Like, although she's not talking to her, she still misses Via, especially her family, because Via's family is everything that Miranda's parents are not. And Miranda is extremely close to August as well. She's seen him since he was very, very young, and she treats him as her own brother. So now one day Miranda calls August, and she's very thrilled to hear from him that he has started going to school and he's made some new friends. And she comes to know from August that Via has not said anything about Miranda and Via not being friends anymore. And Miranda tries to downplay the change. That's Miranda. Extraordinary, but no one there to see. So now finally it's the day the play will open, but Miranda's parents and her friends are not going to come, although she's playing the lead roles, but all of them have some excuse and they're not coming. And Miranda realizes that she's very, very talented and she will definitely do a great job on stage, but there would be nobody who's close to her who would be there to see her. And also, while she's getting ready, she sees August in the crowd, and then on an impulse she rushes to the director and she claims to be sick. And she refuses to go on stage, because of which the director has to call Via to play the lead role. She was already like an understudy. And while putting on the costume, Via realizes that Miranda is not telling the truth about her illness. She kind of has a sixth sense and realizes that, Miranda is probably lying and she's not really sick. And when Via asks Miranda why she's not going on stage, Miranda does not have the time to answer. And later on, Miranda reflects, like she's thinking to herself, and she's like, I don't know what I would have said. I wasn't sure what the answer was. All right. Moving on to the next chapter, which is school. So when school restarts, So let's do a quick analysis of Miranda's personality based on what we've read so far. So we see that just like Justin's family, Miranda's family also has issues that makes her life very, very difficult, and that's why Miranda and Justin both end up loving the Pullmans a lot more, because they're very comfortable around the family. And Miranda is a teenager, so she just does things to be more popular. She wants to be more interesting. She wants to make a lot of friends. And Miranda chooses to lie, and she lies about Via, like, as in, she has, although she has distanced herself from Via, but she is actually pretending like her brother to be Via's brother to be her own brother. So basically, we see the difference between Via and Miranda. Like, Via in a new school has tried to distance herself from her brother when she's starting off in a new place, but Miranda thinks the exact opposite. She tries to become popular and gain people's sympathy by pretending to have a deformed brother. All right. And then friendship. So, although Miranda has distanced herself from Via, it is very clear that she secretly misses Via and wishes that Via was back in her life. She's constantly thinking about Via and does things like participate in theater just to be around Via. Okay, so we can infer that Miranda still values the relationship she used to have with Via, right? And finally, Miranda proves to be a very, very good friend to Via in the final part of the chapter that we've just read, because she acts selflessly in order to help her old friend. She gives Via a chance to shine and impress the other Pullmans, a chance to be in the spotlight, which is what Via has been craving all along. So, we can infer that maybe Miranda was not sick. She, in fact, faked her sickness just so that uh, Via could play the lead. All right. Now you have a task. This is your second task. So you will find attached a worksheet, an emoji worksheet, where you have to create an emoji for each character and explain. All right. Best of luck and keep safe. Thank you.